Hi Gemini, welcome to your January general love reading. This is your girl Mermaid Skills Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Gemini. This is a general reading, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear that message. Hi Cross Watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Gemini. Who wouldn't be? I like to remind Gemini and cross-watchers that energy is fluid, and this simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you may feel like the roles are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. All right, Gemini, let's talk about this. We have the Mask card here, and it says, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslighting. So someone isn't being real with you, open with you, honest with you. Someone may be hiding their true feelings from you as a means of protection. I do feel as if Gemini, someone's gone cold on you or maybe even ghosted you. And I feel it's because you kind of hit their ego in some way, whether it was, I don't know, something that you said, something that maybe they just didn't want to really face. And so instead of facing you, instead of facing the truth, instead of talking it out with you, they wanted to just ghost, honestly. That's how it kind of feels with this. And then truthfully, this is why I was bringing up the ego here, because we got this card. And it says, I feel like you're better off without me. You know, this is a scenario that I'm feeling that's like, I had a feeling you were going to break it off first, so I did it before you could. Whether that's the truth or not, I feel that's what this person was sensing, and that's why they're quiet with you, Gemini. That's why they ghosted you. That's why they haven't messaged you or called you back. The letter S is sticking out to me, as in Sean, as in Samantha. First, middle, last initial could mean something to someone. Doesn't have to be the case. So let's get to the truth then. What aren't they telling you? Why aren't they telling you it? Why do they feel like you're better off without them? I mean, let's see. Why are they coming through in your reading? How they feel as the Emperor. This is Aries energy. Yeah. We got the Five of Wands here, Leo energy. Ooh. You know, this could be someone. This could have been like one of those connections that are on and off all the time. And this could have been someone that Gemini, you broke up with. They started to come back around texting you. You gave them a chance, and then they started ghosting you in retaliation or to get back at you. Or that's just how it always is between the two of you. Yeah. They like to get a reaction out of you, Gemini, to be honest. They do certain things to see how you will react, and they're hoping that you're doing it because you care. That's not the healthiest thing. But anyway, bottom of the deck, we have Judgment. So this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. I also feel Scorpio energy for me as a reader personally with this card. So the background, the setup of all this is that I feel someone felt judged by you, whether you meant to or not, or maybe it was like you called someone out for their BS, for the fact that you were noticing they were hiding something. Maybe you found something out, you exposed them, you try to be real with them, and I think they just couldn't really take it. I think they still don't admit to what you found out for some of you guys. They still won't admit maybe everything that you know what's up with it. Their true intentions behind their actions. I do feel this is the type of person that likes to make you jealous or tries to make you jealous, even if it doesn't work. But with Judgment here, this could be also you kicking yourself, Gemini, because you thought of giving this another try, another show, and it still didn't fulfill you. But maybe with Judgment too, it's a wake-up call from Spirit. Maybe Spirit purposely exposed this person to you, Gemini, so you could see the true colors once and for all. It's somewhat similar to Pisces reading. So if you have strong Pisces in your chart, or if you're dealing with a Pisces, I suggest checking out the Pisces reading to see if there's messages for you there. But yeah, I just really do feel someone got cold feet because it was starting to get too real and they weren't ready yet. Maybe even they were trying to tell you, yeah, we'll be in a relationship soon, or yeah, we'll move in together soon. Yeah, I'll come see you soon if there is a distance. And then they fall back. They didn't do it. And that was the last straw for you, I feel. And now they're trying to act like they don't care. They're trying to act like it's whatever. But I don't think that's the case, Pisces. Or, Gemini. See, that's coming forward now, that strong energy. Gemini, I think they're trying to put on a front that is a bit cold, is a little bit distant. But I think they're watching your social media like a hawk. I think they're checking your location to see where you're at. I think they're checking out your stories to see what you're doing, who you're hanging out with. If you tag people, they go to their profile, maybe even start following them. Their actions don't add up with the way they're trying to present themselves energetically to you. And I think that's what's really kind of really showing that there's a part of themselves that is actually just feeling like they don't deserve you or they don't feel good enough for you. So let's jump into it. How they feel about you is the Emperor card. Aries energy. And what I feel from this card is a sternness. I feel from this card is like a poker face. And so I do feel they're trying to get over their feelings for you, Gemini. They're trying to separate themselves from their feelings. They're trying to do the right thing, and maybe they're fooling themselves by thinking that if they were to act like they didn't care, if they were just to carry on with their lives and just pretend like you don't exist, that'll be any easier with them healing over what has happened between the two of you. I feel with this Emperor card that they feel like they just have to carry on. But I don't feel it's working. I think it's just, when you try to just ignore the thing that's a big issue, a wound within you that you're just refusing to heal and be honest with, it just kind of festers. And maybe Gemini, this is how they feel you're acting towards them. A little bit more stern, a little bit more reserved. You have to protect yourself, so you're holding up a guard, a serious guard, by the way. And they feel an aggression from you for some of you guys, that if they were to reach out or try to talk about it, you'd be just coming back with more things to say that you left unsaid in the last conversation, that you've been waiting to say maybe. Someone likes to wear oversized t-shirts. What they think of this connection and think of you is the Five of Wands. Leo energy. They think you're mad at them and they think you're pissed. Maybe because the way they left you was messed up. Even just, sending a text message like broke up with you through text message, something along those lines. And then just not to reply, not to clarify, not to even want to hear you out. But they think just by talking to you right now or trying to fix anything would just lead to more arguments. And both of you are a little bit hot-headed towards each other right now. There could be gossip going around too about the situation. Maybe they're afraid you're telling your friends all the tea about the situation. And maybe you found out that they've been lying to their friends about what really happened. Again, there's that mask card. What they like the most about you is the Death card. Scorpio energy. This is an interesting card, and what I could kind of deduct from this of what they like the most about you is there's a mysteriousness to you that they always found intriguing, a depth to you. There's more to you than meets the eye. And I do feel like you're someone that likes to study the paranormal, the occult. Maybe you're into true crime, documentaries, docuseries. Maybe you are a psychologist or a therapist or someone that likes to study those types of subjects. And you're very intriguing. You're very compelling. And maybe Gemini, they find you to be intense, and the chemistry and the connection between the two of you is just very raw, very powerful. And that's maybe what kind of stuck you guys together. But I also feel with this Death card, but you're pretty serious right now. And maybe you did give them an ultimatum. But maybe even with this Death card here, it's as simple as they like the fact that they were the first ones to end it with you this time around. What they don't like about you is the Moon card. Pisces energy, Cancer energy, and what's making me kind of smile or at least smirk here is because there's a sense that they're haunted by you now, Gemini. I think they try to convince themselves that what they did was right, that how they ended this was best for them. But at the end of the day, I think they have problems sleeping from it. I think they're still haunted by their memories of you, their thoughts of you. They don't know what it is about you that keeps them still wanting you. With everyone else, it was easy to shut out. It was easy to just cut and end and not speak to again. But with you, it's always that much more difficult. And they can't stop thinking about you. That's the problem. You still show up in their daydreams. You still show up in their dreams. You still show up in their thoughts. And I think there is something about their subconscious that's trying to tell them about you, Gemini. But maybe even with the communication of where the situation's at now, they don't know how you really feel about this. Again, I think they're trying to watch your social media to see if you're posting things that would convey you're upset or hurt or heartbroken, but you're kind of not. And where they found it easier to access you or your energy or even your social media, they're finding it a lot harder to read your messages, to read you right now. And that's driving them a little bit crazy. Also, Gemini, you could be very strongly intuitive yourself, maybe even psychic for some of you guys, and you could always see right through their BS. Even if they try to hide it, even with others, no one else notices it, but you do. You know them like the back of your hand. And maybe that's because it's been going as long as it has been. Nothing gets past you, Gemini. What they like the most about this connection is the Seven of Wands. And that's where I was, in the beginning, as the cards were falling on the table, sensing that liking to get a reaction. They like to see that fiery, passionate, somewhat explosive side from you, that they like to get you to that point. Because in their mind, it shows that you care. And maybe even with the Five of Wands I didn't pick up before that, I'm now picking up now with the Seven of Wands card, is that maybe they think the way to get your attention now is to pick a fight or find a way to pick a fight with you. It's a little bit immature. Maybe, Gemini, in the past, they like the fact that maybe you were a little bit protective, and they like the fact that if you saw someone that was talking to them that you thought remotely they were trying to hit on, you would let them know that they're with you very clearly, and it gave them a little bit of an ego boost. But if they are the Seven of Wands, they think they're doing a good job at hiding their feelings, even if you can see right through it. They think they're in control of the situation. To be 100% honest with you. What they don't like about this connection is the Three of Pentacles. Capricorn energy. You know, I feel as if they couldn't get what they wanted, they didn't see how it could work. Or if they couldn't have you constantly compromise, constantly wanting to work on things in the way that would be best for them, in the way that would make them feel more comfortable, then they kind of just gave up on it. Maybe you guys work with each other and they don't like the fact that they have to see you at work, that you're a coworker or even an employer or an employee, and they have to run by next to your desk, or even your desks are kind of close to each other for some of you guys. But yeah, I think this is a part of what you don't like about this connection, Gemini, is that you've tried so many different ways to get this to work, to be patient with this person, to get them to open up, and it just doesn't work each and every time. There's no strategy that you have found yet that shows you this is something stable, sure, and reliable. And maybe this person realizes that they broke your trust in some way, and they're finding it hard to get it back, or they know if they ever want to come back around, it's going to be a lot of work that you're not going to just open your heart to again, roll out the red carpet for. Highest hopes is the Sun card. Leo energy. Gemini, I think what they're hoping for the most is that they can continue on with what they're doing right now and eventually forget about you and be happy again without those constant reminders of you, without those thoughts of you. They're kind of hoping that they'll bounce back and that they can shine, show you that they're successful without you, show you that they can overcome and still be happy. It feels like showing off. It really does feel that way. Now, others of you, if they're just if this has been an on and off thing with you guys for a very long time, they're kind of hoping that if you were being the emperor, giving them the cold shoulder, or not, budging as far as your boundaries or your expectations in this, that you'll eventually warm up and come back again, and that everything will be just as it was when you guys are at your happiest of times. But for most of you, yeah, I just feel as if whatever ego was hurt here, they're hoping to restore it by just moving on and forgetting about you. But they're finding it a very hard time. Deepest fears is the Page of Swords. Air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. I think they're afraid that you're never going to talk to them again, or that you're not going to unblock them if you have blocked them. And they're afraid that if you do block them, they won't be able to keep tabs on your social media anymore, checking up to see what you're up to and what you're doing, because that was their only lifeline to you or their access to you. They're afraid that their strategy isn't working, as far as trying to play it cool, wear a mask, not give an F, and just continue to bury all the crap that they should be working on right now within themselves, that maybe you were the one to highlight and point out, and they just weren't ready to hear it. But I think even with the Moon card that I was saying about their constant haunting of you, their thoughts of you, that isn't going to stop either. That's going to catch up to them one day. And they're going to realize when they really want to do something about it or make a change in it, it's going to be way too late. All right, Gemini, to see what's going to happen in the upcoming days and weeks as this unfolds, we're going to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading. But before we go, I'm going to go ahead and get one more card for you guys from this deck here. I'm going to ask Spirit if there's anything else you need to know about. Ooh. So you got the plum color. And you see that like lantern in the mist? It almost is giving me hermit vibes. Number 41, overcome your challenges. I do feel this is Spirit's message to you and advice to you about this, Gemini. First of all, if they try to get a reaction out of you, if they're trying to do whatever they can to thirst trap you or to get you to be the first to apologize or the first to admit when you really shouldn't be the one, don't give in. I wonder, this all does kind of feel karmic to me. And I wonder if Spirit is really trying to see if for this time around you really have learned the lessons from all of this. You really have outgrown from this situation here. and from everything that they have done or haven't done to you, with you, that you're finally going to stick with the judgment you made out of this situation. I do feel like God, Spirit, the universe exposed this person to you for a reason, so you could finally see the truth and evolve. So you can start attracting and manifesting, enjoying the romances in your life that you deserve to have. I mean, this person has an ego problem that needs to be worked out and settled, that I don't know there's anything you could do as far as fixing that, Gemini. But even for some of you, if this person has really hurt you by the lack of care, or by trying to feel like they don't want you or ever needed you, or whatever their kind of agenda or strategy is that hurts your feelings, I think Spirit wants you to say that this is something for you to maybe understand about how this person is, and to realize that they're just trying to make you feel lower than you should. I mean, misery loves company, right? So if there is a challenge within this, I do feel Spirit wants you to take the higher ground. And even though that's the hardest part, I do think it's not worth it to just be petty back or to play their games. It makes them feel more in control. And this should be something that you should be finalizing, Gemini, that you should really see the reality of and just take it as it is. I think you really do see this person. You know this person. And that's all there is to say. So this may be a challenging time for you to understand why, how. But I think as you sit with this, as you sit with understanding that you know this person better than they think they know you, or that they think you know them, you kind of know a lot more about this than you may even give yourself credit for. And I think this is a time for healing and overcoming. And I wouldn't let them get to you, Gemini. I'd continue to do you, because happiness is the greatest revenge. All right, Gemini, we're going to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading to see what's likely to happen and unfold in the upcoming days and weeks of your love life. What are they going to do? But what else do you need to know about this situation so you can continue to heal? We're going to go ahead and take this to the extended reading. And if you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box and you'll find the link to Vimeo. But if this is where we depart, Gemini, I really hope that this reading has given you the clarity, insight, healing, and guidance that you're looking for by watching this message with whatever was going on in your love life at this time. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Gemini, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Gemini.